I'm going to read for you one of the short stories out of my short story collection, No Flowers. This short story is called Building a Dream, and it has 3 tiny chapters, so I'm going to read all of them for you. Chapter 1, 12. I stare at the textbook scrambled all over my desk. Every minute is harder not to look at the clock on the wall. It's 7:56 p.m., a few more minutes to go. It's Saturday, the day when other kids are outdoors or playing video games or browsing social media, or whatever normal teenagers are doing. They are normal, and there is me, studying. I clench my teeth. I shouldn't think this way, it's distracting. I should use every minute to be productive, to invest in my future. I stare at the vocabulary in front of me, all those words and expressions I tried to squeeze in my brain today, all those unfamiliar letters I repeatedly wrote down. They are not staying there. I sigh. My brain is wired differently, that's not how I learn. I wish Mom could understand it. The quiet alarm dings on my phone. It has just enough volume not to be heard by anyone else and to bring the brightest smile on my face. I keep grinning while slowly removing textbooks from my desk, tucking them in the drawer. It's done. I'm free for today. Mom hasn't checked on me lately. I have her trust. She knows that I will do my best to study, that I will use every minute trying to squeeze knowledge into my head, every minute to build a dream, her dream. I love 8 p.m. It's my favorite number and it's the agreed time. Coincidence? Well, probably. The agreement is at 8 p.m. every day I belong to myself. I can do anything I want as long as it's not disturbing my family or neighbors. 8 p.m. is the time when I can spread my wings and fly in the limited space of my bedroom. I can go out, but this option never is tempting. This time is too precious to waste it on fresh air and communication with potential real-life friends. I pull the box from the corner, where it stands hidden all day. The room is lighting up, not only because the box is filled with colorful objects, I swear I see it glowing, spreading the magical dust. I look at Fluffy curling on my bed. He looks back with interest, of course. The moment I start pulling my stuff out of the box, it's going to become his playground for the rest of the day. Mom was right when she suggested that I should keep the box tucked in the corner during the day. It's distracting. I can't think of anything else when I'm looking at it. Making an obvious choice, I pull out the notebook. It has a lock on it, the type you can break only by looking at it, but it matched the vibe of secrecy, so that's why I got it. I open it and cringe immediately. One of the pages shows my latest effort at drawing myself, holding a book. Well, if it was meant to be a self-portrait, I would never be recognized. The shapes and angles are very wrong. It looks like a 2-year-old drew it. I sigh. Mom says that drawing is not important, that it will never help me to reach the dream. That's why I was never in any of drawing classes. That's why she does her best to help me with school assignments, drawing most of them herself, so I don't have to waste my time, my precious time, on learning how to draw. My teachers proudly display my drawings in the class, but I can't even force myself to look at them. Only me and Mom know that most I did there was blurry background and silhouettes. Set the foundation, that's what I had to do during the lesson, knowing that Mom would take her time correcting my clumsy efforts back at home. I pull the pen from the box. Sketching with a pen might not be my smartest idea, but I hate pencils. The way they sound, the chances they give. Maybe I don't want a second chance. Maybe I don't want to erase the messiness and start over. Maybe I'm just crazy. I draw a line in the notebook, and I know immediately that I'm going to mess it up and it will be as ugly as my drawings usually are. I know it, but I continue, feeling sweat building up on my forehead. It takes a lot of mental energy not to stop, not to hate it, not to start crossing out everything, not to throw this innocent notebook at the wall. I briefly look at the box and Fluffy, who is trying to pull something out of it. The guitar is the most obvious item in the box, the instrument that scares the shit out of me. The farthest I got with it was holding it in my hands. I know that one day I will be ready. One day, I sigh. Music was also labeled as the least important part of my life. Why do you need it? Will playing a guitar give you a chance in life, money, or fame? It's good only to entertain your friends around the campfire, Mom said once, and I believed her. And she was right, because listening to me singing will never make anyone happy. No talent, just passion. The story of my life. I keep drawing until I feel it's done and I put the notebook away in the bottom of the box. My mind is wandering, not knowing what to do next. So many choices, so little time. That's the end of chapter 1. Chapter 2, 22. I had to. I'm writing down in my diary, my feelings ready to overflow. I'm sitting on the couch in my cozy living room. The TV is not on, it rarely is. A plate with half-eaten dinner is standing on the coffee table. I'm not feeling hungry. I rarely do when I'm stressed. It's 8:30 p.m. and it makes me smile. Weird habits are weird. I still can't let it go. I can only become myself after 8 p.m. I had to. I repeat to myself, confirming what I just wrote, but it still doesn't feel like truth. Mom said that it's not a good idea to keep serving in the restaurant after I graduate. It was a good idea while I was studying because it gave me financial independence and it helped me with getting my introverted ass out of its shell, but it was not a good fit for me anymore because I was supposed to be as ambitious as all the other people with a master's degree. She said that I had to find a job that fits, that will help me not only get my bills paid, but help me to strategically build the dream. Her dream. Of course I agreed and found the right job. I spent so many years training for it that it wasn't complicated. I pretended to be passionate about forms and numbers, about the stability of office life and career growth. They believed me. Of course they did. It's been a couple of months of me wearing a suit and following the business crowd flow. I'm a good worker. That's what both my boss and mom said to me. I'm not sure where she gets the information from, but she seems pretty confident about it. I have a public transport monthly pass now, though I barely use it because I prefer walking to work. I have my favorite drink in the nearest coffee shop, and the baristas smile at me a lot because I tip well. I have a lot of boring clothes that I hate with all my soul, but I have to wear every day. I just miss my friends. My old restaurant team became a family to me, and the moment I quit, I chipped off, breaking their hearts and my own. There was no way back. There was no us anymore, and we all knew it. I had to. I repeat the phrase I wrote. It's been smudged now with my flowing tears. I looked at the walk-in closet door. The box is still there, and I still pull it out every day, but it isn't glowing anymore, lighting the room. There are not many things I truly enjoy now. I brush my hands through the familiar colorful pieces and pull my tablet out. It is so much easier to draw on it than it was in my old notebooks. Technologies. It still isn't pretty or professional, but it is me. I open my last drawing, holding a stylus pen in the air, not knowing what to do about the mess in front of me. Just backgrounds and silhouettes. Weirdly enough, it makes me smile. Mom isn't going to fix this one for me. Not this time. Not in the foreseeable future. She hasn't seen my drawings since I finished school. Not like there is something special to see. Not like there is something to salvage. And this was the end of chapter 2. One more chapter to go. Let's see how the story ends. If you enjoy my story, please like and subscribe to my channel. I'm probably gonna read more of those. And now we are entering the last chapter, chapter 3 of my short story, 32. Do you play? The guitar is standing next to the TV and it's too obvious. It's a statement now, filling my living room with its glow. Not professionally, I offer a shy smile. It's our 5th date and we know each other well enough to spend it at my place. The awkward silence is chasing us, but we are working through it with the traditional date conversations. I would say more about my guitar to fill the gaps, but I'm not ready to admit that I started playing it only a few years ago, though I have it since I was 10. and that it's not still tucked in the box in the closet only because there is no box left anymore. I briefly look at the drawing tablet freely standing on my desk next to the clock. 6:15 is showing in huge digits. I smile. I clear my throat and add quietly, I play in one bar on the weekends. Really? The surprise is obvious, and I know the admiration, maybe a tiny bit of jealousy. I thought you were teaching classes on the weekends. I smile again, remembering the last time I handed over the happy kids almost fully covered in paint back to their proud parents. I also handed the kids framed artworks to their family members. Framing was important to show them that, though the drawings are weird and mostly ugly, they were complete. In the daytime, I croak, feeling the blush on my cheeks. The silence covers us again, but I don't mind it at all. I prefer not to say many things about myself. I enjoy the looks on people's faces when I tell them about the time I spent building the dream. My dream. And that's how the story ends. Once again, let me know if you like it. Thank you for watching. I hope you enjoyed it.